All right, you guys, we are back. We are back with cards 7 and cards 8. And card 7 features the Toile Tidings Designer Series paper, which comes in 12 by 12 and is normally $11.50, but the sale price is $9.78. And of course, if you're a demonstrator, it is more. You get more. You get either your 20% off discount or your 25% off discount. But look at this paper, you guys. Look at this vintage paper. And there's 6 designs. There's 12 sheets on each design. And look at that. Look at that. We're talking about real red here and very vanilla. Look, little forest animals, stripes. You got some gingham, check. And then when you flip it around, you have the garden green version of all of those papers. And very vanilla. See how it complements? Those colors just really complement each other. So that's the first card that we're going to be making. And so in line with that, I've got my very vanilla base here. I've got my sheet of real red cardstock. And then I've got 2 pieces of the Designer Series paper that I'm going to be using for this particular demonstration. And then my little scraps. And then the ribbon that I'm going to be using is a double-stitched satin ribbon in real red. Let me bring that in there. You see that? It's shiny and it has some stitching there at the end. Very cute. It's very smooth too. So let's go ahead and get this one started. We're not going to put this on yet, but we are going to build this because I'm going to put ribbon around one of the edges of it. So let's get these pieces on first. And if you wanted to showcase the green side, you would just flip the pieces of Designer Series paper around. Oops. I may need to get a new glue. Okay. Let's pick this up. Try not to get glue on my fingers. And then we're going to mat, let's mat this one on the bottom. Make sure you can see there. And always remember to leave about a 1/4 inch space around the edge so that you can see the back cardstock. And then same for this one. Let's get some glue on the back of this one. Okay. We're going to get that on the top. Make sure you're paying attention to the way your Designer Series paper is going, or you could ultimately put all these people and that little deer and all these trees upside down. Okay, so before I put that on my base, let me get some adhesive. Right around the middle, because I'm going to wrap some of this ribbon around the side, and I want it to make sure it sticks. So let's get that cut. And we're going to use this piece of ribbon to help cover up that seam between where those 2 pieces of Designer Series paper meet. And then just pull it tight a little bit and then wrap it around. And then make sure it hits that adhesive that you put on the side. Then now you can take your glue and glue this entire sheet down onto your base. Get some good glue on there. Look, this card's already coming together right before your eyes. Make this Designer Series paper work. Show it off. It's beautiful. Let's see who joined us. Michelle's back. Michelle's from New York, and she's joining us. And then for the sentiment, I'm going to be using Warm Wishes for a Merry Christmas. I think I used that one already, but I'm going to use it again since it's Christmas paper. And we're going to be stamping that in real red. So let's get some ink on that one. And I think I cut this piece down just enough to get this so I wouldn't have to cut it anymore. So let's make sure I can get right over that. Oops. That's all the stamping. Close that up. And then we're going to mat this piece on this piece of cherry cobbler. I'm sorry, it's real red. Cherry cobbler is a little bit of a deeper red color. We'll get that centered. There's no dies in this one. It's just a straight cut with our paper trimmer. And then let's get some large dimensionals on the back of this one so we can pop this up off the page. Make sure we peel our backings off. And then we're going to set that one right here in the middle. And then with the ribbon, I'm just going to cut a piece. I'm not going to do a bow, but I am going to slide something back through here. And then just pull it tight with a knot. Oops, make sure, oops. It's my fingers, they're slipping there. There we go. Then just pull it tight. That one wants to go that way. Well, that one wants to go all kinds of ways. Let's do this number. I don't know why it wants to go that way. Probably the way I pulled it. And then I'm going to trim it. Let's get this one here. Oops. Alright. That's not how I wanted the bow to go. The bow's supposed to go that way. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make the bow go. I didn't mean to do bow go. That rhymed. I'm going to put a glue dot on the back right here. And then I'm going to make it stay where I want it to stay. And then I'm going to put another glue dot on the back of this. And there we go. I wanted it to be that way. So there you go. There's card number 7 using the Toile Tidings Designer Series paper. And then card number 8 is going to be using the Peony Garden Designer Series paper. Look at these colors, you guys. Petal pink. We got some grays going on here, some gray granite, some basic gray. Look at these. Look at these flowers. And then when you flip it to the other side, you have this marble kind of paper. Hi, Bonnie. All these papers just are so soft. Makes me think of like wedding colors. When I see this, I think of wedding invites. So let's get started on that card. And we have gray granite, our whisper white. I'll just go ahead and put these on while I'm talking. We got our whisper white on the inside. Because when you have a dark base like that, you want to use either a white or a very vanilla insert so that you can actually write on it or stamp your sentiment. And then we have a petal pink. We're going to coordinate this with some petal pink. And this is our petal pink mat that goes on the front. Oops, I need to get some more glue at some point. I have glue on the table, so I'm trying to stay away from that. Get that down. And got glue on that, so I'm going to try to move it up just a little bit. Well, that'll work. And then now I'm going to use this side of the Designer Series paper. Look at that paper. Look at that peony. Let me get some glue on the back of this. And I'm trying to stay away from that little dot of glue that's on my sheet there. That is my timer saying wrap it up, Barbara, wrap it up. Okay. And then I have another mat here, and what I did is I matted a piece of the Whisper White, and then another sheet of the Designer Series paper, and then another mat of Whisper White. And then what I'm doing is thank you for all that you are is the sentiment that's going to go on here. So let me go ahead and stamp that. And we're going to be stamping it in basic gray. Now the Peony Garden also comes in 12 by 12, and it's normally $11.50, and the sale price is $9.28. Most of our Designer Series papers are in the $11.50 range, depending on if it's a specialty type paper or if there's more than 12 sheets. So that was right on the edge there. So let's get that on there. Get some glue on the back of that. And we're going to build our little mat here. And before we put this mat down onto our card base, we're going to be using some ribbon. Get some glue on the back of that. Hope you guys are enjoying the cards today. And like I said, if you are making any yourself, make sure you post them. Show people how we celebrate World Card Making Day by just playing with paper all day long. And then before I put that down, I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. So let me get my large ones. And then I'm going to run the ribbon back behind it. Okay. Let me get that back over here. Peel those off. Let's see, I'm not watching comments, but if you're watching me, thank you. Say hello. Hope you'll stay with me the rest of the day and finish watching all of the demonstrations. Try to get that in the center there. And then the ribbon that we're going to be using on this card is a shimmer ribbon, and it's a 1/4 inch, and the color is in gray granite, which complements the Designer Series paper. Look at that. Look at how shiny that is. It's gorgeous. And then I'm going to be running that through as well. And I think it's because I'm right-handed with my bow earlier. Try to feed that through there. There we go. And I'm actually going to show, let's see if I can get enough ribbon. I like using it on the spool. That way I don't waste any. But I want to make sure I get it on there. Let me bring that back over here. So let me get my my reverse tweezers, because I don't think I've ever showed you guys how to do, I know when I do my bows I usually do them in the air or do them on the card, but there's a way when it gets tricky like this, how you can do your bows is run it through like that until you get that cross, and then you can take a pair of reverse tweezers, put it on that part right there, and then that gives your hands free in order to make your bow. And then when you're done with your bow, you can, let me get that tight there, you just pull your reverse tweezers out, and I'm going to snip that off, that way I can work with this bow here. And then you can pull tight your bow, make your loop smaller, fix your bow a little bit. Get that a little lower. See if I get my fingers in there. Oops, I just totally tore that right there. fixed it. And then just trim your edges. And then if you don't want that bow to be moving around like that, you can take a glue dot and just put it back behind that middle piece of the bow and then press it down. And then now you have your bow that's not going to move around on you. Thanks for watching, Dee. So there you go, guys. Cards number 7, using the Toile Tidings Designer Series paper, and then card 8, using the Peony Garden Designer Series paper, and then there's the insert there. The Peony Garden also is 12 by 12, $11.50, $9.78 is the sale price, or even more if you're a demo. So we will see you guys back in about 45 minutes. All right, bye.